Welcome to the Bridal Shows podcast, founded by Naomi Butler. Bridal Shows, Inc. has been America's complete one-stop, one-day wedding planning experience. And now, after 30 years in the bridal business, we're bringing that know-how to you. Each month, we'll be sitting down with expert exhibitors, veteran insiders, and wedding experts to give you the tools every bride-to-be needs to make your special day shine.
Hi, I'm Naomi Butler. I am President and CEO of Bridal Shows, Inc., which produces the Dallas Bridal Show, among other bridal shows here in the Metroplex. And what we're doing here is we're going to introduce some podcasts about everything bridal, anything that has to do with the brides, things to do, how-tos, the vendors that are in the industry. And so stay tuned because we've got a lot in store for you. I am going to give you a little bit of history about me. We started our shows in 1988. Many of them were, many years we had 20 shows a year. We had our home improvement show and our Dallas Bridal Show and Plano Bridal Show started in 1990. We sold our home improvement show in 98. It was huge. It was 250,000 square feet, 450 companies at the Dallas Convention Center. And our Dallas Bridal Show started at the Dallas Convention Center. It had probably 60 companies. And I remember when Ruthie has been with me 30 years, and I remember she and I were talking, thinking, gosh, if we could just get to 100 brides or 300 brides, that would be awesome. And of course, everything has grown and just continued to grow over the years. So we're excited about that. We have so many things that we've done over the years, and everything that I do is all about helping to build businesses. I really care. I do that in many ways. I have workshops where I teach companies how to work a show, how to work their leads, and even those that are not in our shows are welcome to attend. It is free, and I do these throughout the year, mainly in the spring and the fall. So there's so many things that are involved in what we do, not just producing bridal shows, but we have I even had my own decorating company years ago. We have, which is a general service contractor that rents out pipe, drape, carpet, tables, skirts, chairs to other show producers. We've produced trade shows for various industries, many different types of consumer shows, but at this moment we're just staying with the bridal industry. And we have 7 total bridal shows a year, including those 2 Dallas bridal shows at Market Hall twice a year. I also speak to different classes in the hospitality and culinary departments at Collin College, Richland College, to wedding planning classes. I have a couple of those that I speak to probably twice a year to some of those. And I'm on the advisory board for Collin College Hospitality Department. All the various things that we've done, we have just really tried to help people have the best opportunity to get the most business they can from a bridal show, and also give the bride the best experience at a bridal show that she can have or the couple can have. And those are just part of the things that we've done. I'm also an artist. That is another thing that just happened about 7 years ago. And it's been, I guess, that creative outlet for me. And I'm also a CEM. That designation is kind of like the doctorate of the show producers. It stands for Certified in Exhibition Management. I'm also licensed as a life and health insurance agent, which I don't sell insurance. I did it for me. I just wanted to know how to help myself in taking care of those financial needs for the future, life insurance, those kind of things. So all of these things are part of me. And so that just kind of gives you a little background. Like I say, the main thing is I want to help people. That's my main goal. So thank you for staying with us. Stay tuned. We have all kinds of things in store for you as we go along with these podcasts. Thank you. Hi, I'm Naomi Butler. I am President and CEO of Bridal Shows, Inc. And today we have a podcast that we're going to be talking about why and how to hire a wedding planner. Mainly, why hire a wedding planner. So we're going to have fun with this. So the question is, what is a wedding planner? That is somebody that's going to be there for you to do everything your way. Because what if, there's a lot of what ifs, what if one of the vendors doesn't show? What if your photographer doesn't show or your caterer? What are you going to do? If there was a wedding planner, that person is an expert. They know what to do, when to do it, who to call in those times of surprises or those emergencies that can happen. Okay, so why should you hire a wedding planner? A wedding planner is essential. It is a must so that everything flows smoothly. And we have wedding planners at our shows. I have some of those that I've known personally for many years, and I've gotten tips and ideas from them, from even going to weddings myself. And so I'm kind of watching from the sidelines at some of the weddings and picking up tips and ideas. And when I go, I even want to help. Isn't that weird? I just love to get in there and help. So I attended a wedding many years ago where the wedding planner had everything under control. It was going so smooth, and then one of the vendors was running late. And I knew, of course, I knew the bride and groom, I knew the wedding planner very well, and I knew most of the vendors. So I said, I'll be glad to call that vendor for you. So I did, and that vendor was just having a little issue running late, but on their way. So everything went perfect, and I wanted to help as many ways as I could without getting in the way. But the wedding planner is there to make it run smooth, perfect, everything in a timeline. So you want to have a wedding planner for your wedding no matter what. You think it costs a lot? It actually saves you their fee. Because if you hire a wedding planner, they have all those relationships and those connections with other vendors. And because they're an expert, if those surprises and those emergencies happen, they're going to know who to call immediately. They have all kinds of people in their back pocket, so to speak. They can go to their cell phone and call a number of people to see if they're available. And I've seen that happen. I've heard it happen. And they all work together to get things done. So if you don't have a wedding planner, you could have a lot of things happen. Murphy's Law does happen. And so when you're thinking, okay, well, I don't want a wedding planner, I really want my mom to handle stuff or my sister, well, they're not going to have as much fun that day, and neither will you, because this is going to put stress on them, it's going to put stress on you, on the couple, and so you want to make sure that you take that off of you. Like my daughter says, she just had her wedding recently, and she said, make sure they have somebody to do that because you don't get that day back. You don't want to do it halfway. So have a wedding planner for many reasons. Here's some things to consider. If you're looking to hire a wedding planner, you want to hire a professional wedding planner. And there are lots of ways to check this out. You want to look at reviews, at references, and reviews may not always be the way to go. Talk to other couples. Find out from your friends, maybe if they used a wedding planner, how their experience was. Look at other vendors that you trust, maybe talk to them. There are so many professional wedding planners in our industry, and you could even come to our shows and interview them yourself. If you are at our bridal shows, you can go talk to them, and sometimes it's just a good feeling that you get when you get to talk to somebody face to face, whether it's a fit for you or not. That really works, because if you just see somebody online or you go to their website, you don't know them personally. So going to a bridal show helps interview them and find out if they are going to be there to ask questions of what you want, because people who really care are going to ask questions. So interview them. Check out all kinds of ways to find the best wedding planner for you. Ask other couples who had a wedding planner and ask them about their experience. You could also ask other couples that did not have a wedding planner and ask them what they wish they would have done differently. So many think, oh, it just costs so much, but actually it really doesn't. They can save you their fee. They can help you in so many ways to take time and stress off of you, your family, so that everyone can enjoy that day. They're going to be organized on time. They're going to keep all those vendors that are part of the wedding in line. And if there's situations where somebody has a meltdown or you have somebody that wants to take over and you have too many chiefs in your group, then a wedding planner is going to keep everybody intact. And so that really helps take that stress off of you. Because if you don't have a wedding planner, you're thinking constantly, oh my gosh, I got to make sure that this person's doing this person's doing that. And actually, they might have told you they're going to do all of that, and you get there and they don't know what they're doing, and so they're not doing it. And you're left holding the bag when you need to be enjoying your day. So those are some things to consider. And think about this. They have the expertise, they have the knowledge. So when you're looking for a wedding planner, know that they do know a whole lot more than you. They've been through tons of weddings where this may be your first wedding, and even though everybody in your family says, oh, we can help, we can do this and we can do that, when you get down to it, they don't know what to do and they don't know how to do it in the right way. That's one thing. You can do something, but is it done the right way? One thing about a professional wedding planner is they are going to know how to think quick. They are used to those emergencies and those things that happen, like Murphy's Law. They know what to do. It's just like me in the bridal shows. I've been doing it so long. When things happen, there's a general rule of thumb to follow. Same with a wedding planner. They have that expertise. They've gone through so many experiences. Even if a new one comes up at a wedding that nobody has ever done or thought of, they know what to do because they've been through so many things before. So they're going to be able to think quick to come up with those correct solutions. They will save you time and money and the stress. Remember that, because it keeps everybody to be less stressed and to enjoy that day. That's what you're there for. You're to have fun on your wedding day, not to be thinking about, what do I need to do now? Who's got to do this? I got to get my hair and makeup done. I've got to get this done. Don't put that on yourself. Let somebody else take that off of you. They're going to also know what to do to make sure your vision is done, because every bride has certain expectations. You may be thinking, this is the way I want my wedding to be done, and a wedding planner will go through all of that with you and have a good concept of what you want, but your family may not know how to accomplish that. It may be that somebody over here that says, I can help you with your wedding, they don't know how to pull things together like a professional wedding planner would. So there's so many aspects to it. Don't look at the money part. It's not the money, it's the whole experience, is to make sure that it goes as planned, that it goes the way you want, so that everything flows smooth, is organized, is on time, that the wedding planner will make sure everybody knows where their position is, who goes first, who goes second, that kind of thing. Because without a wedding planner, you're like, okay, where do we go? What do we do? Who goes where? There's so many questions and unknowns without somebody that knows what to do, that is an expert. There's so many deadlines, and from beginning to end, everything kind of flows. When a wedding planner is helping you plan your wedding, they know what to book first. Of course, everybody knows that's your venue, because everything can be tied into that venue. You may think, oh, I want this type of wedding, and you start looking at different venues and you find a different venue that you would rather have, and that wedding planner probably has worked with that venue. They know all the ins and outs of that too. So again, there's just so many reasons to hire a professional wedding planner. A wedding planner will also give you ideas, even though you've told them what you want. they're going to be so good at this that they give you other ideas that you may never thought about that really tie in to what you're wanting. And you're like, that's a good idea. I haven't thought of that before. Because you may go to Pinterest and all these places and get all these ideas, and then you're confused. You think, oh, this is what I want, but I can't figure out how to pull it together. And they're going to know those ideas to pull it together. There's all kinds of what ifs. What if somebody gets sick and doesn't show up? It even could be like if you didn't have a wedding planner and your sister was handling everything, but they had an accident or they got sick and they couldn't make it. Who's going to take over that? A wedding planner usually has a team so that if something happens, they can pull in the army and take care of those things for you so you don't even know they happen. There's things that I've seen at weddings where the wedding planner took care of things and the couple never even knew it. It was amazing because they are a pro. They know what to do. And taking stress off of a couple is worth it. It's worth the money. It's worth the time to work with a wedding planner. You will enjoy that experience because you know at the end you can have that special day the way you want, stress-free, and just enjoy that day. What do you do if someone doesn't show up? What do you do if one of those vendors that are a major part of the wedding, and every part is major, but what do you do if somebody doesn't show up? Most of them will, but there could be an accident, could be unforeseen things that happen, and they're not able to make it. What are you going to do? Well, that wedding planner has that group of people that they can call on, and they may already have a backup plan. They know what to do on plan B, C, D, and so forth. So it really makes a huge difference when you have somebody that knows what to do in those times. And think about this too. I just thought about this. When you hire a wedding planner, you're hiring a pro. When you have surgery, you hire a pro, you hire a doctor. When you have a need for a legal issue, you hire an attorney. When you have a need for an accountant, you hire an accountant. So we hire these professionals to do these things. Why not hire a professional wedding planner to take care of your special day? If you did have surgery, you're going to remember it for a while and things are going to get better. But your wedding, you're never going to forget. That wedding day is so special, you're not going to forget it. So why not hire somebody to take over all of that stress for you so that you can enjoy your day? One thing to think about is what are the preferred methods of communication with your wedding planner, actually with all of the vendors. And so you want to find out, do they prefer email, text, or phone call? Because they might be so busy that you can't just call them all the time. And of course, you don't want to call your vendors at 2 o'clock in the morning. That would not be right, but you may have all kinds of questions. Just kind of write your questions down for each company or for the wedding planner so that you know what questions to go over in a pocket of time that you may have. And you may not get every question answered. The wedding planner may have to make some calls to some of those companies to find out your answer. But it is such a good idea to have a list of questions and find out also how they prefer to communicate. You may have someone that says, email me, and then I'm going to get back to you within a few hours in between these events, and that way you're not sitting there just waiting on somebody to call. But keep in mind that those vendors, those wedding planners are so busy. So I know you've got all these questions to ask and you want answers now, but keep in mind that they're really busy, they are professional, they will get back with you. And if you have a wedding planner and you have a question for another vendor and they don't get back with you, that wedding planner can step in and help with that. So there's many other reasons why to hire a wedding planner for everything. One other thing to consider is get wedding insurance. It really does not cost that much. It might depend on what kind of coverage you want. I think Travelers writes it. It is so well worth it. People think I don't need insurance until I need it, but wedding insurance has so many aspects to it, so check it out, and it might be something that you want to do up front. Also, another thing to consider is when you are working with a venue, see if they can get a bond for what you're paying for that wedding. And the venue that can get a bond has to be creditworthy, but it can protect the amount that you're paying that venue. So there's all kinds of things to think about and consider to protect yourself. And those are probably something I would consider a must on top of hiring a professional wedding planner. Stay tuned because we may have other ideas that we come up with that we hear from the companies in the industry. These are just some of the things to think about. But one of the most important things is, remember, this is your special day. You want to make sure you can enjoy it. So hire the professional wedding planner to take all of that off of you and your family, because you don't want to put that stress on your family either. So hire someone that knows what to do. They're an expert. They're a pro. And they have that knowledge that you don't necessarily have. They've gone through, some of these wedding planners have gone through hundreds of weddings, and they know what to do because something is going to happen that nobody expected, and they will help you through that.